So, any matter in this universe is made from 118 elements. Means, as of now, total 118 elements were discovered. So, very important point. So, there are in the chemistry 118 elements are there. 118 elements. Right? So, these 118 elements like okay, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, like this. So total 118 elements are discovered, right? So in these 118 elements, now I am going to give you about 30 elements. Okay, so first you have to learn 20 elements, and of course some other important elements also give, which are very important to us, right? So students, here total out of 120 elements, today I am going to give a list of first 20 elements, and then I will give another list of some other elements which are important, right? So first today you have to note down that elements, and you have to learn that elements, their symbols, their atomic numbers and valences, and in detail one by one we discuss what is atomic number, what is mass number, everything we discuss about these things, right? So today students, you have to learn about the important elements. So I am writing first 20 elements here. So for that, what you need to do, you need to make a columns. Okay, so make 4 columns here like this. Students, like this you make a columns. So here first column you write atomic number, second column you write element, third column you write symbol, and fourth column you write charge or valency. Charge or valency. So 4 columns, students: atomic number, element, symbol, charge or 9, 10. So first I will write the 10 elements here. So 10 elements we write, and after that then I go to the next and next, right? So first element is hydrogen, right? Second element is helium. Okay. Third one is lithium. Fourth one is beryllium. Fifth one, boron. Sixth one, carbon. Seventh one, nitrogen. Eighth one, oxygen. Ninth one, fluorine. 10th one, neon. Right. Now symbol, if you see hydrogen H, helium He, lithium Li, beryllium Be, boron B, carbon C, nitrogen N, oxygen O, fluorine F, neon Ne. Valency here, this is generally +1, 0, +1, +2, +3, plus or minus 4, -3, -2, -1, 0. Students, these are the first 10 elements. Wrote down these first 10 elements. Then write the next 10 elements here. Okay. This is visible to you, I think. So you can write that one. Right. Now I am going to write the next 10 elements here. Same here also. Atomic number, element, symbol, charge or valency. Okay, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 11th one is sodium, 12 is magnesium, 13 is aluminium, 14 is silicon, 15 phosphorus, 16 sulfur, 17 chlorine, 18 argon, 19 potassium, and 20 calcium. Students, you do one more column you also write, that's better. At a time we can complete the masses also. Atomic mass also I'll give. You write here atomic mass or mass number. Let better write mass number. Mass number also, right? Hydrogen is 1, helium 4, lithium 7, beryllium 9, boron 11, carbon 12, nitrogen 14, oxygen 16, fluorine 19, neon 20, and your symbols I didn't write now. Okay, symbol sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, calcium. And what is this? Okay, valences, no? So plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus or minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. Write the mass number also here. Can you see here? Is it visible, this one? This column? So this is mass number. This also you write. And the sodium is 23, magnesium 24, aluminium 27, silicon 29, phosphorus 31, sulfur 32, chlorine 35.5, argon 40, potassium 39, calcium 40. Yes, students. So here, is it visible? Both the tables are visible to you? Chalo, these are the first 20 elements. You have to learn their atomic number, element name, symbol, charge or valency, and its mass numbers also. Okay. So fluorine is 19, that is, this is 19. Make 5 columns. Okay. So 5 columns you make it. Atomic number, element, symbol, charge and mass number. I will give 2 minutes time to you. So within 2 minutes you write. Afterwards I will, you just repeat me along after 2 minutes. First you write this one. Is this finished, students? Okay. Now students here, what is atomic number, what is charge or valency and mass number, this we discuss later. First, you remember the first 20 elements names. That is very important. So what you do, I will tell, okay, so the name and you repeat it, right? So first element, hydrogen. Repeat there. Where you are sitting, there only you can repeat. Hydrogen. Helium. Lithium. Beryllium. Boron. Carbon. Nitrogen. Oxygen. fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, calcium. Right? So you have to pronounce in this way. So total 20 elements of the students. So here 20 only. Actually total number of elements are 118. Remember that. Total elements number of elements are 118. But here I am giving only 20 elements. Okay. So these are the 20 elements, but actually total 118 elements. So then we'll go one by one. So remember that these are the 20 elements now. Now these elements is hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron. But beside you can see symbols are there, right? So every element is represented with one symbol. Why? Because in the chemistry we come across so many chemical reactions, students. Okay, so many chemical reactions. Like carbon burns in oxygen to form carbon dioxide gas. So it is very difficult to write to that chemical reaction. Okay, so for example, I would like to write okay, carbon burns in presence of oxygen to form carbon dioxide gas. So see how much big sentence I need to write, very big sentence. Here see carbon 6 letters, burns 5 letters, in 2 letters, presence is of 8 letters. If you count, it will be more than 50 or 60 letters, it will be there. One chemical reaction. Like this, we come across so many chemical reactions in the chemistry. So every time to write like this complete sentence, it will be difficult to us. So that's what we use in a short form, okay, to write the chemical reaction. So writing of a chemical reaction means representation of a chemical reaction in simple way, in short way, by using symbols and formulae is called a chemical equation. So if this chemical equations, how can I write? C, carbon symbol is a C. I am writing here, carbon symbol is C. Okay, burning, in presence of we are writing plus, instead of burning we are writing with plus. Okay, in presence of oxygen, so oxygen we write O2. Okay, that's giving to form we are giving like arrow mark. Next, carbon dioxide gas, carbon dioxide is CO2, gas means we keep one arrow mark. See how simple we are written. Yes, so in this way a big chemical reactions we can represent in short by using the symbols and formulae. Is this clear to you? So that is called a chemical equation. What it's called? A chemical equation. So how we can represent the chemical equation? By using the symbols and the formulas. By using the symbols and formula. So here we are using for C we are using for carbon, and for oxygen we are using O2, carbon dioxide we are writing CO2. This is easy way to represent one chemical reaction, right? So that's what the symbols are given to the elements. Who introduced the symbols? So there was a scientist called Berzelius. Okay, who was a scientist? Berzelius. Okay, so Berzelius was a scientist. Okay, Berzelius was a sicentist who introduced the symbols to the elements. So it's very easy to us. Every time we not write a big words. Okay, so just by using the symbols we can complete the chemical reactions in terms of chemical equations, right? So Berzelius, remember the name Berzelius. So Berzelius was a scientist who introduced the concept of giving the symbols to elements. Is this clear to you? Any doubt? Have you noted down this one? So I am going to rub this one now. Alright. So I am rubbing this one. Okay students, now see here, now how the symbols are given. So symbols of the elements are given in different factors, okay, based on different factors. For example, you see most of the element symbols are given with their first letter, okay. For example, hydrogen is there. The symbol of hydrogen is given as H, right? So hydrogen symbol is H, right? For example, boron starting is with letter B, so the symbol is given as B. Carbon starting with letter C, so symbol is given as C. Nitrogen starting with letter N, so symbol is given as N. Next, oxygen symbol is given as O, first letter, okay. So here most of the symbols of that elements can be represented by their first letter, right? Hydrogen starting with H, so the symbol is H. Boron is starting with B, so it's given B. Carbon is starting with C, so the symbol of carbon is C. Nitrogen is starting with N, so symbol is given as N. Oxygen is starting with O, so symbol is given as O, right? Is this clear? But now, for example, what happens? Some other elements C. Total we have alphabets how many? 26, right? But here number of elements how many I said? 118. Yes or no? So for 26 elements we can give like H, B, C, and O. But after the next element, what happened? In such cases, then what they have given? They given the two letters. Okay. For example, helium. Now see here. For example, helium. Helium is starting with which letter? H. But H is already given here, right? So now the symbol what to be given? So now they have taken first two letters. Okay, that is called He. Right? Now then see beryllium. Beryllium is starting with B, but already B is given to boron. Yes. So now the next two letters are taken here. So that's called beryllium. Okay. Next is cesium, for example. Okay, cesium. So here already C is given here. Okay. So that's some other elements symbol is given like CSN. Okay. Now nitrogen, nickel. You take the nickel. Okay, nickel. Nickel is starting with N. So that's what here already N is given to nitrogen. So that's what it's given as Ni. Right? And oxygen, osmium. Osmium. So here osmium is starting with O, but already O is given to oxygen. So here two letters are given like OS. So like this. So if that element, okay, already, for example, helium is starting with H, but H is already given to the hydrogen, right? In such cases, the second letter is taken. Like cobalt. Cobalt is starting with the CO, C, but C already is given to the carbon. So then take it CO. CO stands for cobalt. Clear to you? So like this. So like this, the elements are given with the next number, right? So here I'll write instead of this cesium, I'll write the cobalt. So this is better. So, okay, cobalt. So CO, right? Like this. Now, here one important thing you might have noticed here. When the element symbol is written with by using two letters, okay, then here first letter should be capital. See students, first letter should be capital and the second letter should be small letter. Remember, this is very important. We should not write for cobalt is there. We should not write CO like this. This is wrong. Why? Because here C represents carbon, capital O represents oxygen. So that becomes this is a formula of carbon monoxide. What did he say? This is a formula of carbon monoxide. Now it is not called as a cobalt. It is a formula of carbon monoxide. One compound is there. Carbon means C, mono means one, oxide means oxygen. Carbon is combining with one oxygen to form carbon monoxide. So this is carbon monoxide. It's not a cobalt. So if you want to represent the cobalt, what you would write? The first letter, capital letter should be C, small letter should be O. So this is a representation of two letters. Is this clear to you? So when one element's first letter as a symbol is given to some other element, then your first two letters are given here, right? So sometimes what happens, students, here, the first and second elements are also given, you think, okay? Like for example, chlorine bromide, element of silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chromium, manganese. Okay, so now let us see the example called manganese. For example, okay, manganese is there. This is one letter called manganese. Okay, this is one element called manganese, right? For this manganese symbol, what is given is Mn is given here. Okay, so not Ma, it's starting with Ma. Okay, here it is given the symbol is Mn. So in such cases, what they have done is some prominent letter. Okay, some prominent letter is taken. For example, see, chromium is there. Chromium. So chromium symbol is CHRO. Chromium. This is one element. Chromium with atomic number 24. Its atomic number is 24. So the symbol is element is chromium. But here C already is given. But your next element is what? H. So the symbol is not CH for chromium, but the symbol is a Cr. So some prominent element. Prominent means what? What you can say, some important. Okay, some important letter. So some important letter is taken. So chromium CHROMIM, but instead of taking CH, they have taken Cr. This also you have to remember. Sometimes if the two letters are there, the two letters may not be first two letters. First letter and some other prominent letter is taken. Okay, in that one you have to remember that, right? So this is first method of giving the symbols. This is a second method, and this is a third method. Third method, first letter same, but instead of taking the immediate second letter, some prominent letter is taken to represent the symbol. Okay, now let's see the fourth. There are some other elements are there whose symbol is not tallying with their element. Okay, for example, see here, sodium is there, but the symbol is given as Na. Element is what there? Sodium, but symbol is what is given? Na. Sodium is starting with S, and here the symbol is given N. Beside A is there? Nowhere A you can find in the sodium. The element name is completely different, and the symbol is completely different. Yes. So these symbols, how we will taken is, these symbols are taken from their Latin names. This is also very, very important. So third one, based on the Latin names. Based on what? Latin names. So for example, sodium. Sodium actual Latin name is natrium. Natrium. So here it is starting with Na. So that's what it is given as Na. Clear to you? So sodium is natrium. Similarly, you can see here potassium. Potassium is starting with P, but symbol is given as K, and you cannot find anywhere K in this potassium spelling. Yes, but here the potassium symbol is given as K. Why? Because the name of potassium is also taken from the Latin language, and in the Latin language, okay, so the potassium is called as a kalium. So that's what here K is given. Similarly, if you can see gold, 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 okay, but its symbol is AU. Gold is starting with GOLD, gold, but its symbol is AU. Remember, okay, gold symbol is AU. This is also taken from Latin aurum. Right? So like this, some elements names are taken from their Latin language. Okay, from the Latin language they have taken. So that is fourth method of giving the symbols. Okay. So fourth method is what? Based on the Latin name. So many examples we can give, like here, gold. What is given here? Sodium, potassium, gold, silver. Silver is Ag, gold is Au, and lead, that is called Pb, plumbum. Like this, many metals, many elements names are given based on their Latin names. Okay, so this is the fourth method. Now fifth method is what? Some elements names are given based on the planets names. What? Planets. Okay, planets names also some elements are given. Okay, like plutonium. There is one element is there which is called as a plutonium. So initially there was it was told like there was 9 planets around the sun. In that one of the planet is Pluto, but now it is not. It's not considering as a planet. Okay, so here based on that it's given, and Mercury. There is also planet is a Mercury. Okay, so like based on the planets also they are given like Mercury. Okay, and what? Plutonium, like this. These are based on what? Planets, right? And some elements named after the names of the scientists also, based on the scientist. Okay, like they are given like Einsteinium. Okay, one element is there which is given after the name of the Albert Einstein. Okay, and next you can see some other scientist names also there. Rutherfordium. So this is also one element. That element name is Rutherfordium. It is given after the name of the scientist. Okay, and these are the name of the scientists. And then next they are given on the based on the places also. Places means like countries and something. Okay, so they are given like polonium. There is one element is there which is called polonium, based on the Poland. Based on what? Poland. Similarly, there is another element is there called germanium, which is after the name of the Germany. So like this, total 118 elements are there. These 118 elements given the names to these elements based on their names, based on their Latin names, based on their planets, based on the scientist names, based on the places also. So total 118 elements were given, 118 names, and 118 names symbols were given, and these are the symbols. So today I gave 20 element symbols to you. The first 20 you have to learn that one. These are some other elements. So we'll discuss. Okay, you are in 7th class, so no problem. So we are going to start slowly, one by one, step by step we go. And but today's your work is to learn first 20 elements. Okay, along with valency, along with atomic number, along with mass number, along with their symbols. Okay,